Hello, welcome to High Vibe Astrology. This is Jennifer, back with a video on the Libra full moon, drawn up for April 12th, 2025 at 8:24 p.m. Eastern Time. Whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for joining me. I invite you to subscribe, hit the like button, share the messages, and feel free to comment. These are all free and easy ways to support this channel. Just a quick personal message or reminder, depending on whether or not you're new. My approach to astrology is based upon the Hermetic principle, as above, so below, as within, so without. The connection between the microcosm and macrocosm, each person to all that exists, is an intrinsic one. It is an unbreakable, unshakable, and abiding truth that permeates our whole experience. Astrology is a science, but it is also an intuitive language. At all times, infinite potential is available to us, yet what manifests in our world, personally and/or globally, is directed by our focus and intention. As I've said so many times, focus is fertilizer. So if we believe that something is impossible to manifest, then it remains in the realm of potential, never manifesting. Our job is to focus on ourselves, clean up our own house, our own body, mind, spirit temple, and leave the rest to the Creator. If we're responding from the heart center and we feel called from that place to take action, then we should, as long as it isn't bringing harm to others or destroying property. Astrology is a language that can guide us to correct action because it helps us see both our own personal nature as well as how it connects with nature writ large. It's only as we gain deeper understanding of ourselves that we also simultaneously gain access to understanding the bigger picture. We can't heal ourselves by changing our external world. We can only change from within. It's pointless to try to change other people. Other people must come to their own conclusions and accept responsibility for their actions. None of us is exempt from the consequences of our thoughts, words, and actions. Where these astrology messages are concerned, I perceive them as a snapshot of a particular moment in the unfolding story of humanity. Justice is the main theme for this Libra full moon, and this chart reveals how justice is unfolding behind the scenes, 12th house placement of the moon. At 23 degrees, the moon forms a quincunx to Venus, its dispositor. Venus and Saturn are conjunct at 24 and 25 degrees, so we do include Saturn in this quincunx. Quincunxes are those odd angles that require extra effort to find common ground. What Libra and Pisces do hold in common is a love for beauty, creativity, and refinement. The fact that Venus and Saturn are conjunct the North Node, Mercury, and even Neptune at 0 degrees of Aries in the 5th house places greater emphasis on the heart center, the child within, as well as children in general, and issues related to children. A 5th house North Node is analogous to a Leo North Node, which suggests that it is our destiny to fulfill our heart's dreams. So the 5th house is all about the heart and the expression of Leo. And then Pisces is all about the dreams. So it's really our heart's dreaming. There is a willfulness within the energy of the 5th house as well, where we experience a more unapologetic expression of the individual self. So although Pisces has a tendency to be sensitive to all the people around them, with a North Node here in the 5th house, this creativity is fertile ground for manifesting the individual's unspoken dreams, and now is a really great time to nourish those dreams to life. Even if the vision is unclear with Pisces there, tapping into the feeling of being in that vision or that dream and embodying the vibe goes a long way toward manifesting it. But there is also a pronounced emphasis on the 12th house Pisces energy with Neptune conjunct the North Node, and the 12th house Libra moon connected through this quincunx. And that message that I am feeling or picking up on from this chart is saying that by focusing on our heart's desires and creative aspirations, we will heal what appears to be at odds, what appears to have no common ground. First, within ourselves, and once that equilibrium is established, it automatically reverberates into the collective. Pisces is the sign of unity consciousness, understanding the oneness within all life. And the one thing we all have in common is our connection to the Creator, from whom all life and creativity flow. With Neptune, the modern ruler of the Pisces North Node, forming a trine to the Leo midheaven, this is a double whammy, as they say, for completing the mission, fulfilling the dream, and meeting with our destiny. Across from this Libra moon, we have Chiron conjunct the Sun at exactly 23 degrees. Chiron infuses its healing energy at this lunar cycle. Chiron in Aries is quite literally a call to healing our identity and those boundaries, those healthy boundaries that help us define who we are apart from the collective, even while we embrace the fact that we're all connected. In the 6th house, this Sun-Chiron conjunction is truly about perfecting and refining who we really are. That process alone goes a long way towards healing us physically, too. With the moon in the 12th and the Sun-Chiron conjunction in the 6th, plus our Pisces-Virgo nodes, we have extra emphasis placed on this theme of the microcosm to macrocosm. Mutable signs are constantly fluctuating, adjusting, even in minuscule ways. The image I'm getting is of a tightrope walker adjusting their weight in these tiny ways to stay in balance and keep themselves from falling. So getting used to change as a constant is the theme for all of us while the nodes are in these mutable signs of Pisces and Virgo. Mars, now direct at 27 Cancer, makes a tight trine to the Pisces North Node and a wide opposition to Pluto. Its trine to the North Node and Pisces stellium, plus its own position close to the midheaven, signifies positive momentum towards our destiny and purpose. Right in the middle, we have Uranus in harmony with the Pisces stellium and Mars on the midheaven, further emphasizing a unique, ingenious, and unconventional orchestration that's informing this whole process. In this chart, Uranus rules the 4th house and is the dispositor for Pluto in Aquarius. So Pluto, right there on the IC, is transforming the very core of our foundation, roots, and revealing things about our past that have been buried. We're seeing this impact the collective human psyche as well, because it's in Aquarius. So when power is misplaced or misused, it expresses as mob mentality, allowing protests to turn into riots. Pluto will continue to expose and deconstruct this particular mindset so that authentic power is restored to all people and fulfilled through humanitarian endeavors to further the cause of global evolution. Mars ingresses into Leo on April 18th and then makes its exact and final opposition to Pluto on April 26th. So we will have to put up with this volatility for a while as these two planets play tug-of-war for power and control. Mars in Cancer is still defending the family, home, and homeland in direct opposition to these mobs rioting. There is a lot of projection taking place right now, so it's wise for all of us to keep our own counsel and try not to project our own fears onto other people. The Leo midheaven, ruled by the Aries sun, suggests that it is by tending to the self and embodying the spirit of independence that we will heal. That Chiron conjunction is about healing. and restore a more dignified and regal role in the world at large, with Leo on the midheaven. There is a wide trine from this Libra moon to Jupiter in the 8th, suggesting that there is still a lot of activity going on behind the scenes. Activities related to contracts, discussions focusing on peace, trade, investments, financing, and justice. Sedna in the 8th, in a long-standing trine to Pluto, tells us that the rebirth we're witnessing has its roots in antiquity, not just decades, but hundreds and thousands of years. Sedna's quincunx to the Scorpio ascendant emphasizes the death and rebirth theme of what we're witnessing. Sedna in the 8th underscores the Scorpio rising theme. Neptune's quincunx on the other side forms a yod, or finger of God, accentuating a feeling of fate to this chart and lunar cycle. Neptune in Aries in the 5th is reminding us that it is our individual creative focus that determines how we experience these changes. The transformation that is underway in our world is unstoppable. It is inevitable. And it is, despite all appearances to the contrary, in divine order. The astrology simply validates that truth. There's a song my old band used to perform titled "Brilliance Follows Chaos," and I believe this is fundamentally true and an apt description of all that we're seeing right now. I know I said it in the last video, but it bears repeating, this quote from Rumi: "The universe and everything in it is within you. Ask all from yourself." So that is what I have for you. Thank you again for listening. Please stay tuned for the frequencies, and I look forward to being with you next time. Bye for now.